LeBron is over. Lakers over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to call a spade a spade. The Lakers, they're not going to be making the playoffs. When you look at their record sitting at 30 and 33, 2 games behind, I think Sacramento Kings was sitting at ninth, probably like 4 games out by the Spurs. It just doesn't look feasible for them to turn it around, especially having some of the one of the toughest schedules upcoming, and they've already lost to some teams that they were supposed to beat, which is the Grizzlies and the Suns. So how do they bounce back from that and expect other teams to tank in the process? The Spurs did have like a losing record; they're like 1-7 recently, but they've been showing the propensity to turn it around. And now you look at the discord that's in the locker room. Rumors of Luke Walton getting fired if the Lakers do not make the playoffs. It just doesn't seem feasible. There's too much tension and discord, and there's a big division in that Lakers locker room. So I don't see them trying to pull together unless LeBron makes like a 300 speech. He's like, this is whatever. This is Spartacus. This is LBJ. This is King James. This is the throne. Watch the throne. We're gonna make the playoffs. I don't see that happening because LeBron hasn't necessarily been given 100% effort. Now, some people are going to say he's still injured or whatever the case is. I'm not going to go as far as saying that. What I'm going to say is the Lakers did have some injuries, from Rondo to LeBron to other guys. They did make some trades for a couple of guys. But it just seems that there hasn't been any cohesiveness. To me, it's not a Luke Walton issue. And honestly speaking, it's not really a player issue. I think what it boils down to is expectation. Initially looking at the team, everybody felt like if everybody plays at the top of their game, healthy, they can make the playoffs. LeBron was out for like 2 weeks. Rondo was out. There was just too many moving parts. With all the moving parts, it's not like they had cohesiveness or consistency or they've been battle tested. So you wouldn't really necessarily expect a young team like that to make the playoffs. But here's the thing. The expectation wasn't even the playoffs for some people. Some people went as far as saying they're going to make the Western Conference Finals. That pressure on a young team to make the Western Conference Finals when they haven't even made the playoffs recently, it turned everything out of control. Their wins and losses became more magnified. On top of that, being in LA, one of the media capitals of the world, you can't put that kind of expectation on the team. And then you're looking at a team like the Clippers, who are faring better, have a better record than LA. It's just crazy. So it's just like sometimes you just have to put your head in the sand and do the work instead of just proclaiming this and proclaiming that. So that's what happened. I think guys got caught up in a lot of expectations, and what occurred during the trade deadline, a lot of guys got offended that, hey, we were supposed to make the playoffs. We're supposed to make the Western Conference Finals. Now you want to trade me? So guys took that offensively. And even though people are saying that we're professionals, this, that, and the third, if every single day your name is in a different trade rumor, you're not going to give it your all because you're trying to preserve yourself to get another contract with another team going down the line. So that being said, that's not what's going to work. And then on top of that, you got LeBron, the leader, being passive-aggressive, which it doesn't bode well for young people because you're being passive-aggressive. It's not like you're dealing with a bunch of adults that can understand where you're coming from. Okay, he talking like that. I'm going to show him next time. The young guys, they're going to take it completely differently. They're going to take it like you're hating on them. They're not going to take it as motivation. So I think it was just too many expectations for a young team that hasn't even been proven yet. To me, I thought they could make the playoffs because I was looking at all the teams and how they're playing. But some of the teams surprised me with Denver. Sacramento really surprised me. Pelicans surprised me. They disappointed me. The Pelicans were one of the teams I thought that would be better than the Lakers, which they weren't. But then you got all these other teams, OKC, all these other teams that are really stepped it up. Even the Rockets, they were like almost dead last. They were like 10th or something, and they worked their way back up. So the Lakers just basically missed the window opportunity to make the playoffs. And that was earlier this season when the Rockets were performing horribly. See, they were taking all those games for granted. Oh, we don't know how to finish or whatever the case is. It's not about don't know how to finish. Just finish. You know how to finish a game. LeBron has been to the finals. He knows how to finish a game. Even if he didn't play, he could help guys close out and say, "Hey, this is what we need you guys to do. This is how we're gonna execute." You know, you guys know these things. Luke Walton has this experience, been to the finals. So all that talk about we didn't know how to finish games, I think they took those early games for granted. All this tinkering and everything. Now look at you, you trying to battle back, and it's too late. It's too little, too late. And honestly speaking, the run is over. It really is. Next year, we'll see what it is. If they could bring in talent. One of the key things that really hurt the Lakers is they couldn't get a free agent to come in with LeBron. Everything they try, it's like LeBron is a plague now. Nobody wants to touch him in terms of basketball because they see what happens when you come play with LeBron. It's not necessarily that you're gonna compete for a title right away, especially in the West. See, in the East, it's different, but you're in the West. That's where the big boys play. All of that, the one man show, that's not gonna happen in the West. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.